What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? It's your boy, Billiam. Hope everybody doing good today, man. Hope everybody is smooth and staying prayed up out here in this wicked world. Bro, listen, it's so crazy because I didn't even feel like recording today. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I ain't been stressed out. I'm going to tell y'all about that later on. Maybe. I was on my phone just scrolling. I went from Instagram to TikTok, Facebook, to YouTube. And I just went to scrolling, bro. And I saw an old video somebody did. It was like a true crime type of story. Like one of them true crime type videos. And the name caught my attention. And then when I paid attention to the thumbnail, I'm like, what the hell? And when I really looked at it, I really know this person, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, that's something I overlooked. That's just something I never even spoke on. You know what I'm saying? One day, I was in the prison, and it's this guy that used to work on maintenance. And if you didn't have a spot, he had like a foolproof spot in his room. He would pass any shakedown. Tax squad, CERT team, he don't give a damn what it was. He would pass anything. Now, I did have a guy that let me put my phone up with him once, and, he would charge me $25 or $50 a month. This guy here was so retarded with it, he wanted $150. But when I say it's foolproof, I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. I can't specifically, say exactly where it's at. And, people in the comments, last time I said this, talk about, oh, you must still be trying to live that type of life, because why wouldn't you expose that? Nigga, that ain't my business to expose. It's hundreds of thousands, probably millions of people still locked up. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm trying to the best of my ability to do the right thing. That don't mean I'm just, knocking down, whatever other people got going on. That ain't got nothing going on with me. I ain't, you feel me, calling the police on a nigga just because I see him doing the wrong thing. Now, you come fucking with me in my household, 911, what's your emergency? Yes, ma'am, this is Bill. I'm a your ass is going down. But anyway, let me stop playing. He would charge that much money, bro, because it was foolproof. That man had his phone for like 7 years. It never got popped. They would never find that spot, bro, ever. And it was this older Caucasian guy in the room directly next to me named Mike. He was kind of like more so on the heavy set, had like salt and pepper hair, a little white beard. He had some thick-ass Deputy Warden Gallant glasses on. Extremely quiet. Now, he'll say a few words to you every blue moon, but I thought he was more so on the don't really like the idea of colored spectrum. Once upon a time, I had no proof, but sometimes, bro, you just look at somebody's eyes or just based off how they move, but you're not always right. Sometimes your idea of what's going on could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So one day we out there for count. And the way my door opens up, it comes all the way this way. And then his door next to me, it don't go the same way mine went. It comes opposite all the way this way. So when we're standing on our door, I'm like right here, he's right here. So sometimes they have us standing on line for a long time, and you just so happen to start talking to the person next to you. He asked me if I had any Chris Brown. I told him, yeah. He asked me how much did one single one cost. I told him $2. He said, after inspection, let him get one. I'm like, okay, cool. I sold him a Chris Brown CD. He came in there and he gave me the $2. I gave him the Chris Brown. I'm thinking he's just finna walk out. He said, yeah, man, this is, around that time, man, my baby's passed away, man, and she just getting to me. I said, nah, I feel you, bro. I understand, you know what I'm saying? So he leave out the room. So now it's like every other day he pushing up on me, asking me if I got a Chris Brown CD. I got a Chris Brown this, I got a Chris Brown that, whatever the case. So one day, all you hear is, Tag Squad on the walk, Tag Squad on the walk. So when I hear that, I run straight to the back of the cell and kind of do this. And you hear from a distance, it's not close, it's a far distance. And you hear, who rock this house? We rock this house. Who rock this house? We rock this house. That's one of the many songs that the tax squad sings when they come to the prison. For what reasons? I'm not sure why they sing that. I snatched my charger. I snatched my phone. I had snatched me about a good handful of Chris Brown off of my dresser. I probably had a tad bit over a handful, but you know, I just grabbed what I could grab. I stuffed it all in the sock and I busted out the room. When I pushed my door open, bro, it looked like a circus act. It was people everywhere. Sorry, bro. Yo, whoa. You got people throwing stuff up. You got people dropping stuff. You got people running to the trash can, throwing stuff in there. Because sometimes people, if they got some contraband or something that's small enough, they just throw it in the garbage. Even though 12 going to come go through the garbage, they might not, you know. But a lot of times they pop what's in the garbage. You got people throwing their candy bars out, sliding their candy bars across the floor. And I lock in on the room where my folks at that I've been paying all this money a month to hide my phone. And I see he had the tissue in the door. Then the tissue pop out. He stick his head around like this, like looking around. And then we made eye contact. He said, come on, Bill, come on. So he hurry up, put the tissue back in the door. Bro, right when I got ready to run down there, I heard somebody say, see Bill. And I looked back over. It was Mike, older, you know, the guy I was just talking about. So I was like, what's up? I was like, what's up, man? He was like, and he lifted up his hand. He had a phone in his hand. I slid in the room. He said, please, see, Bill, I can't afford to lose my phone. He said, bro, if you can hide it for me, please, man, I'll pay you whatever. When we come off lockdown, I'll pay you whatever. I don't care, bro. So I was about to tell him no. But like I said, you know, he ain't never bothered nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I know I can take it down here to bro, but I know bro gonna tell me, like, nigga, you gonna owe me some extra. You got another device going in here, but he's gonna pay me. I know he ain't gonna play with me, so why not, bro? I just grabbed it out of his hand, stuck it in. I said, you got a charger? He said, I got something for the charger. I just ain't got nothing big enough for the phone. So while I'm bust out his room and I go running down the range, I'm tying up the sock. At this point, I don't care who sees I got contraband, because I know it ain't finna get found. I go running down the steps. I shoot the bro room. I see like 2 people shooting out bro room, other people that pay him. And when I get in his room, bro, I see like 9 phones laying on his bed, about 10 chargers. I see all kind of bombs of all kind of stuff. So when I bust through, he was like, all right, come on. You were the last one I was waiting on. You the last one I was waiting on. Come on. When I handed to him, I said, hey, there's 2 phones in here. I had got another phone. He said, that's another 150. Go ahead. You owe me another 150. You owe me extra 150. I said, all right, bet. I shoot out the room real quick. I shot back upstairs. Mike was standing outside his room. As soon as I shot upstairs, I told Mike, stood next to him. I was like, hey, you gonna have to pay $250. I ain't even putting no extra grade on it. I said, buddy, want $250. He ain't going for nothing because it was last minute. He said, I'll give you $250. I'll give you $250. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, I put me a little dollar on it. And y'all can say, why you lie, bitch? Nigga, this the streets. It don't matter. That don't, what Drewski said, that don't matter. That don't matter. Sign this paper. That don't matter. They come do they shakedown. It's a couple people get popped. The one I took the phones to, nobody got popped. Literally nobody. After the shakedown, you know, came and went, and I went to go get the phone. You know, he told me, like, I want this ASAP. I mean, I need it immediately. Like, I need it before you put your phone back up. You know, if I can't get it before you put your phone back up, that second phone not going to be able to come with it. And you still owe me the $150. So if I don't get it, and then this month ends, when it's time for you to renew your $150, I'm not going to let you do it because, you know, it's a sense like, well, you damn near trying me. And I respected it. I understood 100% because that is a respect thing. And if I was the guy with the spot, I would feel the exact same way. So I told him, okay, no problem. Got both of the phones, slid up there to Mike's room, gave him his phone. He told me don't go nowhere. He about to send it to me right then and there. He cut the phone on. So while he doing all that, we just talking and stuff, you know what I'm saying? He asked me for another Chris Brown CD. I told him, yeah, I got you. So, you know, he was just venting, you know, kind of getting emotional about the situation. Bro, one night they transferred Mike. And he was asking me, you know, he had sent me the money for bro. But one night he getting ready to transfer. So we talking through the vent. So he asking me, you know, can I sell his phone for this much money? But the amount of money he wanted for it, I was willing to pay that because all I got to do is wait till the economy drop and I could quadruple the price and resell it because it was a phone in pretty good shape. You know what I'm saying? So I told Mike, I'm like, yeah, I got you, bro. You know what I'm saying? With the he was like, hey, I don't really trust nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Even though you mingle with them, you want me to handle business because you know they not going to handle that business for real. So he leave, he transfer. I had sent the money ASAP before he even left. I sent the money immediately. Once he gave me the phone, once he slid it under the door, I sent the money to where he needed it to go to. And I hit his phone on I hit his folks on speakerphone, and they confirmed to him that they got the money. I'm trying to remember. I think it was just I think I had just reached the point where I was tired of being at that camp, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was extremely, extremely tired of being at that camp, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I pulled me a stunt. I had got rid of everything I needed to get rid of, secured everything I needed to secure. And the phone that I currently had, I just kind of hid it a way that when you transfer, I know for sure it's going to wag. It ain't going to be no issues. You know what I'm saying? So I did everything I needed to do. And I went and pulled me an old medical/mental health stunt. Man, I went to telling them folks I swallowed a razor. I swallowed some pennies. I'm thinking about hurting. I just went to saying all kind of crazy stuff. And it worked. They sent me to a medical prison. But the medical prison was like super relaxed, bro. Like, it wasn't, I mean, it's still considered level 5, which is like the worst level you can get in Georgia prison. But bro, it's just because the prison has a hospital on it. So, it's a lot of mental health stuff that happens there. And that's where people get all their surgery. So they say it's more dangerous as far as, catching a disease or something like that because there's so much sickness there. But bro, just due to the type of stuff I was into, it was sweet. Like, big motion going on. You know what I'm saying? So I get there, they put me in the dorm, and when they put me in there, bro, it's a few people walking up to me, and one of them is Mike. They're like, oh, C-Bill. You know what I'm saying? So we go to chopping it up. He tells some of his little buddies to help me carry my stuff to the room. We get to the room, he in there chopping it up with me for about an hour. And he got emotional, bro. He was just telling me about somebody in the dorm that he was thinking about doing this too because they tried him because he an older white man and they think he really ain't built like that. And then he went to saying some crazy shit, bro. He went talking about how he'll slice their throat and how he'll cut their private area off and stick it in their mouth and all kind of stuff. I'm like, what the hell this man talking about? As we kick it more and more, I realized that Mike's ideology and his way of thinking is just retarded, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would say things to me that would have me thinking like, bro, are you serious? You really an older man, 40s, 50s, however the hell old you is, and this is really the way you think? Like, this is really what comes out of your mouth? Like, this man literally told me before that his deceased wife, on his birthday, he cheated on her with the woman that lived in their same apartment complex. She found out about it, confronted him about it. He lied. She found out the truth because the girl had the receipts. She went and cheated on him with a guy that lives in their neighborhood. And he told me he beat the dog shit out of her. And I'm just like, bro, do you feel as if you're more justified for doing it? Number one, because you're a man. But bro, number two, it was your birthday, folks. Like, you don't think that's even worse than on a regular day? And this man, dead serious with a straight face, pushed them thick-ass glasses up and told me no. Because this is my birthday. This is my special day, to do what I want to do. This is a day I should be able to enjoy myself. Like, if anybody was to be able to cheat or go do something with another person, I feel like your partner should respect that on your birthday. You know what I'm saying? So I let him get off, let him say all this foolishness he was saying. I said, so let me ask you a question. He said, yeah. I said, so what if your wife would have went and did what she did after finding out what you did on her birthday? Would you have excused it? He said, fuck no, man. I'm the man in this relationship. I'm the one paying bills and shit and taking care of everybody. Hell no, I still gave her a good-ass whipping. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of slightly feel like, kind of started falling back from Mike because I entertained some dumb shit for sure. Done did it many times, and I'm sure at some point in my life I'm going to do it again because sometimes it's interesting or sometimes you just bored and stupid shit just, shit. I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I'm saying? Man, one day it was early in the morning and Mike came up to my room, bro, and it was like 5:30 in the morning, knocking on the door. I was standing right by the door, like brushing my teeth. And I looked at him through the door, and bro, it looked like his eyes was puffy, and they looked really red. Not in a sense where a nigga done whooped his feet, but in a sense where he was crying, bro. And I didn't have a roommate at this time. He had already asked me to be my roommate, but I had told him I was straight, bro. You feel me? I want my little space. So he stepped in the room. I'm like, what's up, bro? He asked me about a Chris Brown CD. I told him I got a little bit left. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, folks, you straight? You look like you've been crying, Mike. What's going on? And the man told me today is his child's birthday. I said, so you gonna contact him or something? He said he dead. I said, damn. I'm like, shit, you want to talk about it, bro? And that man told me that one day, I don't know if he said he was at work or he was outside doing some yard work and he left, or he was coming from his sister's house, whatever he said. He came back home and he said his 2 kids and his 8-month-old pregnant wife or girlfriend was brutally murdered. And there was an axe, like an axe that people chop down trees with. There was an axe. I don't remember if he said on the side of the house or whatever. He said something like that. In the house, on the side of the house or something, and it had blood all over it. And somebody came in there and chopped his babies up, his whole family up. That's why he been stressing this month, because his anniversary came up. That's the same month as his wife's birthday. And now is one of his baby's birthday. And I'm looking at him like, hold on, nigga. I just heard you the other day talk about slicing some niggas' throats. Now you telling me this. What the hell you locked up for, Mike? So Mike told me that he was in prison because it took him 25 years to get to the real 100% truth of the person that did it. And when he found the person that did it, this person was happily married, had kids, and he said he went and bought an axe. And he went and knocked on a door acting as if he was some type of delivery service or something. He said he knew the husband wasn't home yet from work. It was just the woman and the kids. He said he barged through the door. He made them like all get together on the couch. He made her text her husband and say, there's an emergency. Can you please come home? I cut my finger really bad. He said right after she sent the text, the man started trying to call and, of course, didn't get no answer. And then he finally texted back and said, on the way, baby. The man said as soon as he knew the husband was on the way, he took the axe and chopped up 2 babies and a woman. He said he saw the guy pulling in, the guy jump out his truck, come running in the house. He said he had the door cracked a little bit like this already, and he was behind the door or something. Dude came in the door. He said he bust him from the back with the axe. That ain't sound right, but my mature people know what I'm saying. He started hitting him from the back with the axe till he chopped him up. And, he was just saying, like, how much he, miss his family and whatever and stuff like that. So immediately I go roll up another Chris Brown, my own Chris Brown CD, a big fat one, you know what I'm saying? One that's going to have your ass sit down because you're going to get lightheaded. And he sat down. We ain't even studying the one he just bought from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm smoking this one with him. And I'm like, shit, bro. I let him vent. I'm talking to him. I'm an ear for him. And I'm like, do you regret your decision to any degree? He said, fuck no. I'll do it again any moment. Any moment I'll do it again. I don't give a fuck. I'll do it again any moment. And I'm trying to, empathize with him. I'm trying to understand, because it's like if somebody, did something brutal like that to my family and then 25 years go by and then I, finally come to realization of who did it. I understand that people say what they would do, but bro, you don't know what you would do until you're in a situation like that. After 25 years, I still love my people, of course, but I think after 25 years, I just don't think my anger in the moment would be as bad as it was right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So I just talk to him. I just hear him out. Mike starts doing this a little bit of every day, bro. And I'm kind of, And then a few times he came asking for Chris Brown CDs with no money, with no food in his hand. And I'm kind of, like I said, I'm giving it to him. I'm looking out for him, even though I had said I'm falling back from this nigga. Just because of, like I said, I'm empathizing with him. You know what I'm saying? And one day, bro, it was something totally different. He came in there, and this is an older man, bro, with gray hair. Like, he's somebody's granddaddy, or could could potentially be somebody's granddaddy. And the man came through the door. I was sitting there on the phone like this. He didn't knock. He bust through the door. He walking up on me aggressively, snatched his glasses off. So I stand up. I'm like, "What's up, Mike? You straight?" He said, "C-Bill, is this a judgment-free zone?" I say, "Hell yeah, folk. What you got going on? What you talking about, folk?" And that man walked to the back of my cell. I had a rag at the top of the door. He snatched it down, pulled the door, shut it. Now I'm thinking that nigga finna tell me some old weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you got going on. So I'm like, "Mike, what's up, fuck? What wrong with you?" The man sat down on the toilet, did like this, started crying, rolled off the damn toilet, fell on his side, and boo-hoo cried. And while he was crying, that man said, "That whole story I told you about everything I told you about after I called the police was a lie." I said, "What? What you mean? You went and chopped down somebody's family or something about doing that same thing to your family 25 years ago, right?" He told me only the first part was true. He did find out his wife was fucking somebody and that his wife was spending money or some shit like that, a lot of their money. And that man told me he's the one that did it, bro. He said he killed his own 2 children with an axe. And his wife that was 8 months pregnant with an axe killed the baby inside of her stomach and her. So altogether, he killed 3 babies and a woman because she decided to go fuck somebody else, but he been fucking somebody else. And, I just talked to him, bro, you know what I'm saying? And, I just tried to make sense of things with him. And, he eventually got himself together, got up, told me thank you, whatever, left out the room. And I guess he was too embarrassed that he disclosed that with somebody because hours later he was packing himself up and went and put himself on the door. And I just randomly thought about him because people, like I said, done did story times about his case and all that type of stuff. And I felt the need to offer some of you guys a real piece of advice. Number one, bro, you don't own nobody. Ain't nobody on this earth your property. Nigga, this ain't like the TV show Found with Sir and that girl Gabby. Hello, Gabrielle. This ain't that, bro. You feel me? Bro, I understand that in a certain moment, in a certain flash, things upset us, in a way of like a next level type of way. But I think real life trying to gain self-control and discipline is extremely important, bro, because you can respond to something off of your feelings, your emotions, and you could be placed in a situation where you will never see daylight again in the real world. That dude, Mike, I was just talking about, I think they gave him 4, but possibly 3 consecutive life sentences. In the state of Georgia, life sentence is the minimum of 30 years. So what that means is that's basically their way of telling him you would never get out of prison a day in your life. You're already an old man. They're telling you do 30 years. Once that 30 ends, you start a fresh 30. Once that 30 ends, you start a fresh 30. That man not going to live that long, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it is extremely important to be very, very conscious and aware of the decisions you decide to make, whether you angry or not, bro. Don't nobody belong to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn how in love we are. You feel me? If you make a decision to take your body that belongs to you and let somebody else insert and tear them cheeks up, I'm talking about beat the cobwebs off of them, if it's any there. Bro, A person coming to take your life behind that is so scary, bro. It's so dangerous. And, I know there's a lot of brothers with these anger issues and sisters too. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to encourage y'all, bro. Don't go out like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. You feel me? I got situations too. You feel me? I don't whoop some feet before too. I don't use this backhand before. I'm talking about, thought I was Ike Turner before. But, bro, it's not worth it, bro. You will be Mike. You will be Mike. If you're watching me and you're in a toxic relationship and you and your partner fight, y'all argue in a very disrespectful manner. Bitch, fuck you, hoe ass bitch. Not changing yourself, not really trying to, do better and make better decisions, you could possibly be Mike one day. So hopefully that resonates with somebody and makes somebody start reevaluating their life and relationship. You know what I'm saying? Just try to the best of your ability to do the right thing. It's your boy Bill, I'm gone.